Okay, so in this problem, we are talking about the surface area of a cylindrical can. So if we have a cylinder, the formula for the surface area is given by 2 pi r squared plus 2 pi rh. And in this problem, we are asked to find the radius. That means we have to be given the values of the other variables. So we're going to be given the surface area, we're going to be given the height, and then we're going to be looking for r, okay? Pi is a constant, so you treat pi just like it was a 2 or a 3 or a 4, okay? So let's go ahead and plug in and see what we come up with. So for surface area in the problem, we're told that that is 319 square centimeters. Again, the r is our variable, so we don't plug anything in for that. And we're told that our height is 20. Okay? And so what we're going to do is just simplify that by shifting all the terms to one side and then use the quadratic formula. Okay, so we are going to, we'll do one step at a time. On the right-hand side, we'll just distribute here 20 times 2, which will give us 40 pi r. And then we're just going to shift that 319 over to the right. So we have 2 pi r squared plus 40 pi r minus 319. Okay, so using the quadratic formula, we know that the value is given by the opposite of b plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4ac all over 2a. All right, and so this quadratic equation in terms of r, we can identify our a, our b, and our c. Okay, remember we said earlier that the pi's are constant. So in our formula, the a, where we see an a, we're going to put 2 pi. Where we see a b, we're going to put 40 pi. And where we have c, we're going to put negative 319. Okay, so let's go ahead and plug that in. So we have negative 40 pi plus or minus the square root of 40 pi, put that in parentheses, squared, minus 4 times 2 pi times negative 319 all over 2a, and a is just 2 pi. Okay, and so you just enter this directly in the calculator, and there is a pi button. So, and you want to maybe break it down into steps to make it easier. So in your calculator, you may want to do this part, right, first, and then apply the rest. Okay, so let me go ahead and do that. Okay, and so the value that I get under that radical when I plug it into my calculator is 238.71149. Okay, and so that's the quantity under the radical, and then I want to take the square root of that. So in my calculator, when I take the square root of that, I get 154.3007177. You want to make sure that you keep the entire decimal expansion so that your answer is not off due to rounding. Okay, so again, this entire quantity, right, is the 154.3, right, and some change. Okay, so this part in its entirety is taken care of. This is what that part equals. Okay, and now we just bring the rest down. Okay, and you can break it down into steps or do it all in one fell swoop. That is up to you. All right. So what we have here are actually two problems because of that plus or minus, or I should say 2 answers. So here, this plus or minus, we'll split that up. So we'll have negative 40 pi plus 154.3007177 divided by 4 pi. And then we'll have the other, which is negative. Okay. So again, these are both possible solutions. So what we're going to do is we're going to figure out then, let's see, what this first one is, and then we'll find out what the second one is, and from there determine, right, which of those solutions are possible. Okay, and so when I plug those two quantities into the calculator, for the first, I get 2.279. For the second, I get negative 22.279. Now, because our radius cannot be negative, we are going to have to discard that solution, right? Because our radius cannot take on a negative value. So that means the only possible answer is this one. And we're going to round it according to the directions to the nearest hundredth. So our final answer then would be 2.28. Okay, I hope this helps.